Very good morning, everyone. So today we are going to start this first online session organized by the Sri Jayawardenapura Educational Office. Science, both Sinhala and English, for both in Sinhala and English medium students. So this is the English medium session. Parallel to this, from 8:30 to 10:30, there will be a Sinhala medium session also. So basically today we are going to discuss grade 10 first term work. That means from unit 1 to unit 6 revision. And as you all know, O-level science paper, you are getting nearly 40 to 50% from the grade 10 work. And many of you have, due to pandemic situation, you have missed many lessons of grade 10. Therefore, so you need to revise from the beginning grade 10 work. Today we are going to revise grade 10 from unit 1 to unit 6. Before we start the paper, so paper sent to your the school WhatsApp group, your class. So if you have not got the paper from the school, you can request from your teacher. And if any student now this meeting today, maximum 100 participants can join. If any of your friends cannot join, I have shared YouTube link. They can join through the YouTube link, right? Japura's own official YouTube channel. They can join the online class using the YouTube link also, right? So you can pass the message to your friends, or those who are unable to join this online session, right? So first I'll quickly go through the structure of the oral science paper. So as you all know, there are 40 MCQs, even your grade 10 third term or grade 11 third term papers, provincial papers also, they prepare the paper according to the structure. So out of 40 MCQs, you get like 40 MCQs you get from all three areas, chemistry, biology and physics. So about 10 MCQs you get basic level questions, 18 middle level questions, and last will like higher order or ability of analysis, synthesis, evaluation type questions. So to go for A pass, you have to get at least 30 or above out of 40 MCQs. So each MCQ 2 marks. That means out of 80 marks, 1 hour paper. Calculators are not allowed and periodic table also not provided. So actual marks 40. So out of 100 is 40, 1 mark for each MCQ. So if we go to part 2, paper 2, there are two sections, part A and B. Part A, structured essay type questions. There are 4 compulsory questions, part A. Question number 1 from grade 11, biosphere lesson, that is 15th lesson. So oral science paper is structured essay question number 1 from 15th lesson, unit grade 11, unit 15. So that's biosphere lesson. So that's compulsory first question. Then question number 2 from biology, and question number 3 from chemistry, and question number 4 from physics. So all these 4 questions you have to write on the paper itself, and additional papers not provided for this. And total time for part 2, 3 hours and 10 minutes. Why 10 minutes? That is additional reading time. That is to select the essay type questions. So for compulsory questions, so nearly 25% you are getting from the practicals related questions. That means in your textbook, when you go through any lesson, you will find activity part. Say example, grade 10 chapter 1, so activity 1.1. So you have to pay more attention to those activities because they can raise questions, structured essay type questions from those areas. And part B, there are 5 essays. Out of 5 essays, you have to answer any 3. You can see the screen. Out of 5 essays, you can see any 3. Question number 5 from biology, question number 6 from chemistry, and question number 7 from physics, and question number 8 from biology and physics, and question number 9 chemistry and physics. So out of 5 essays, you have to answer any 3. So total time for part 2, paper 2, 3 hours and 10 minutes. That means out of 9 questions, first 4 questions compulsory, and the last 5 questions you have to answer any 3. So total marks 120. So that also out of actually 30 marks for compulsory questions and 30 marks for the essay type questions, 3 essays. So you can see this is how the calculation of final marks. So it's out of 200, then divided by 2, 800. So basically paper 1 40 marks, 40 MCQs, and paper 2 60 marks. I hope you all can see the screen. Please raise the hand, those who can see the screen clearly. The shared screen can, right? Okay, good, right, thank you. So then so we'll start the paper now. Before that, so you all know, you should know this also, the marks range. So basically to go for A pass, 75 to 100, 75 above, and B very good pass, that is 65 to 74. Then C pass or credit, 50 to 64, and ordinary pass or S pass from 35 to 49. And if you get 34 or below, so that is WV, it's fail, right? And the other most important thing, to pass O level, you don't need to get 9 A's. So basically you have to pass 6 subjects. So you have to get 6 subjects you have to pass, including 3 credits. So out of these 6 passes, you have to include Sinhala and Max. Sinhala and Max compulsory. So including Sinhala and Max, you have to pass 6 subjects, minimum 3 credits. So that is the criteria. So that is what you need to do A level. Right. So next one. So we'll start now the paper. Please raise the hand, those, because we shared this paper I think 2 days back. So maybe you might have done this. So some of you you might have not got enough time to do it. So anyway, it's okay whether you have done it or not. So most important thing, not the answer. So under each MCQ, I'll explain what is the theory behind each question. Right. So then you better copy on that. Then I tell the paper now. Right. So you can see the screen, the paper. There are 25 MCQs, grade 10 first term work. That means from unit 1 to unit 6. Biology, chemistry, physics. And remember, MCQs also you are getting from all 3 areas. So out of 40 MCQs, around 12 to 13 every year from each: biology, chemistry, and physics. Therefore, you should be good in all 3 areas to go for good grade. Right. So let's see question number 1. Please raise the hand, those who have done at least the MCQs of this paper. Please raise the hand, those who have done at least the MCQs of this paper. Right. Okay, good. So you can mark with the red pen if you have done it, and you can check whether you are okay with the grade 10 first term work. And remember now, with this current crisis in the country, so most probably we are planning to continue this online class every week, at least one session, science, both Sinhala and English medium. So the English medium session, and parallel to this, there will be a Sinhala medium one also conducted by some other teacher. So therefore you have to not only science. So from the zonal education office, we are planning to conduct the other main subjects also. So you have to be in touch with the school and the teachers. So whenever possible, we'll try our best to do it. Right. Question number 1. Okay, that is from grade 10 first chapter. Grade 10 first chapter. You can see the screen now. Right. Not a main biomolecule of living matter. So there are 4 main biomolecules in the living matter: carbohydrate, protein, lipids, and nucleic acid. So any volunteers who can give me the first one, the answer? Yes, those who done it, can raise the hand. Okay. Vihangaranmini. Okay. And Malitma. Okay, I'll ask from one. You can unmute and tell me the answer. Malinima, Ranutmi.
Vitamins.
Yeah, very good, Ranutmi. Answer is vitamins. So remember, there are out of these 4, what is missing here? Protein given, nucleic acid given, lipids given, carbohydrate only missing. So instead of that, they have given vitamins. So the answer is third one. Question number 1, answer is 3. So I'll underline the correct answer. You can mark with the red pen if you have done it. If not, you can write. And one more thing you have to remember, all these are organic. All these are organic. That means carbon containing compounds. So what are the out of the all four biomolecules organic: carbohydrate, protein, lipids, and nucleic acid. Other than that, these vitamins also organic. What are the other two topics we have in grade 10 chapter 1? Minerals and water. So you should know a little bit. You should know about minerals and vitamins as well. So out of those, carbohydrate organic, protein organic, lipids organic, nucleic acid also organic, and vitamins also organic. So those 5 organic. So I'll use this white background for the additional explanation. Right, you can see the screen now. Question number 2. Which element with the highest percentage by mass in the living body? This is given as a graph in your grade 10 textbook also. Yeah, any volunteers who has done it, or at least even now you can just guess the answer. Yes. Okay, I'll ask the answer from Angelica.
Oxygen.
Yeah, very good, Angelica. Answer is oxygen. So the highest percentage by mass, oxygen, around 65%. Not only, please write that if you want additional information, extra knowledge. Even in the earth crust, highest percentage oxygen. So in the living body also, in the living body as well as in the earth crust, most abundance metal, right? Oxygen. The most abundance, not metal actually, out of all the elements, the most abundance element in the earth crust, right? Oxygen. Not only in the living body, most abundant element in the earth crust. Crust is oxygen. Oxygen. And second most abundant element in the earth crust, silicon. That also you should know. Second most abundant element in the earth. So I just write second most abundant, that is silicon. You know silicon dioxide, silica, that is silicon. So here oxygen, not only in the living body, even in the earth crust, the most abundance on oxygen. Even now, what is taken into to your body? Mainly oxygen. You breathe, inhale oxygen. So silicon dioxide, actually it's a lattice. It used to make solar cells also, silicon Si. And out of all the metals, this also you should better copy down. Everyone should maintain a separate writing book to copy down the additional notes. The most abundant metal in the earth crust. The most abundant metal. So out of all the elements, oxygen highest percentage. The most abundant metal in the earth crust. Yeah, any volunteers? I'll ask the answer. Pasindu, Prabhashwara, yes, any idea? If you know the answer, you can raise the hand. Most abundant metal in the earth crust. That is one of the most widely used metal in our day-to-day life. Situka Devmin? That is aluminium. What is the most abundant metal in the earth crust? Aluminium. Most abundant oxygen. Second most abundant one, silicon, right? And out of all the elements, most abundant metal in the earth crust will be aluminium, Al. If you only write second most abundant one is metal, out of metal, second most abundant one is iron, Fe. So those are the two most widely used metal in our day-to-day life as well. But anyway, you don't need to memorize the percentage. Percentage you don't need to memorize. Now actually this the participant now it has reached to the full capacity. So I have shared with you if the YouTube channel, Japura Sound YouTube channel link to the live this it goes live in the YouTube now. If any of your friends unable to join now the school, you can pass this link to them. They can watch through the YouTube channel also. Please raise the hand those who got that to the chat channel, the link. Did you all receive? Please raise the hand those who got the okay, right, good. So you can share with your friends if they are unable to join because it has reached the maximum capacity, because English medium session maximum 100 this one, and Sinhala medium up to 300. So in case they can join with the YouTube channel, right? Okay, so let's move on to the third question. Question number 3. Biomolecule which contains mainly the elements carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen. So very simple question. So actually this revision series, so we are going to discuss from the very beginning, from zero. Any weak students can improve because we are starting from the beginning. Biomolecule which contain mainly carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen. Yes, any volunteers? I'll ask the answer from Vihanga Ranmini. Yeah, Vihanga.
Protein.
Mute and tell the answer if you want.
Protein.
Yeah, very good, Vihanga. Answer is protein. Sometimes sulfur also could be present, and if you want, you can write below the others also under each. So it's protein. And nucleic acid you can write. There are 5 elements: carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen and phosphorus. CHONP. Nucleic acid contains CHON and P. Lipid CHO. Carbohydrate CHO. Because MCQs they can ask. Nucleic acid means DNA and RNA. Basically, nucleotide. Nucleotide is the basic unit of nucleic acid that also contains the same element. Actually, proteins are made of amino acids. I put AA, amino acids, or the amino acids are the building blocks of protein. So therefore, amino acid also contain the same set of elements. CHON, CHON. Question number 4. Which of the following is a monosaccharide? So there are 3 monosaccharide. Out of these, the monosaccharide, yes, any volunteers? Ask the answer from Imasha. Yeah, Imasha, what is the answer for the 4th MCQ?
Fructose.
Yeah, very good. Answer is third. So what are the other 2 monosaccharide? Glucose and galactose. If you want, you can write the other 2 monosaccharides, glucose and galactose. Maltose is a disaccharide, right? Cellulose, polysaccharide, and sucrose also disaccharide. Actually, this fructose, that is the sweetest monosaccharide. If you want to write for the second, the answer is second, that is the sweetest monosaccharide. And all the monosaccharides and disaccharides water soluble, because you need this for grade 11. Also in grade 11, those are in this time O level. You should know these mixtures, homogeneous and heterogeneous. All the monosaccharides and disaccharides water soluble and they form solid liquid homogeneous mixtures. Not the polysaccharide, only monosaccharides. Glucose, galactose, maltose, sucrose. Sucrose means white or brown sugar. So it dissolves well, homogeneous solution. So you can add that also to your short note. Now please join. Please raise the hand. Any students joining from grade 10? Grade 10 students joining this session. How many grade 10 students are here? Please raise the hand. Right, okay. So because the first session we invited the grade 10 students also, because because they are supposed to complete the grade 10 until chapter 6. So you are supposed to get the first term test from chapter 1 to 6. Chapter 1 to 6. But anyway, after completing this, then we are doing the grade 10 second term work. So like that until grade 11 first term we are continuing. Right, next one, question number 5. Vitamin deficiency that cause night blindness. So what is the most important vitamin for your eyesight, in other words? Yes, any volunteers? Question number 5, the answer. Kavindu?
Vitamin A.
Very good, Kavindu. Answer is vitamin A. Vitamin A deficiency can cause night blindness. Answer is first one. Those are done, you can mark with the red pen the answers. Question number 6. Actually, this is like not hard. Like I told you, the oral science paper MCQ, you get like basic level questions, recalling the previous knowledge, memory, like recalling the previous knowledge or memory. So these questions are of that type. So even no need to just recall in the previous memory. Okay, presence of the following nutrient indicates the pinkish purple coloration when solution of sodium hydroxide and copper sulfate added. Sodium hydroxide is NaOH, copper sulfate CuSO4. What is the observation? Pinkish purple color. So actually for testing which biomolecule we add these two chemicals. So sometimes we call it burette test. Yeah, any volunteers? I'll ask the answer from Ishan.
Answer is proteins.
Very good, yeah, Ishan. Answer is fourth, proteins. Proteins. Then next one, question number 7. The typical cell. Remember, this is past O-level paper question. Recent O-level past paper new syllabus also they have asked this question. What is a typical cell? So you can see grade 10. They have given chapter 1, chapter 6, plant cell. Grade 10, chapter 6, plant cell and animal cell by including all the organelles in it. So if you take some cells in your body, there are different types of cells in your body, red blood cells, white blood cells, right? And neurons or the nerve cells. So from cell to cell, the shape changes. From cell to cell, the structure slightly different. But if you include all the organelles that is possible in an animal cell, we call it a typical cell. So if you take red blood cells, no nucleus. But the constructed cell, that is a constructed cell. So what are the two things to know about typical cell? It is a constructed cell by including all the organelles. So I gave the answer. So the answer is fourth. Constructed cell containing all the organelles in it. Question number 7, answer is fourth. Question number 8. An instance where meiosis occurs. Put a star. This is very important. Most of the papers they test this. Even grade 10 term test papers. Meiosis and mitosis. Actually, it was introduced to the syllabus in 2016. The first paper. So this new syllabus started in 2016. All right. So you have nearly how many batch? 16, 17. And 2021. So you have nearly 6 past papers under this new syllabus from 2016 to 2021. So this is 2022 O-level batch. At least last 6 years O-level past papers you have to do before the O-level exam. So when you go through these past papers, you will come across this type of questions. Right. Next one. Question number 8. So remember the easiest method to remember meiosis. The only instance where meiosis occurs, formation of gamete cells or sex cells. Formation of gamete cells or sex cells. So please write in your short notebook. Meiosis occurs only in the formation of gamete cells or sex cells. That means sperms and eggs. The sperms and eggs. Right. Question number 8. So please go and write. Meiosis occurs in the formation of gametes. What are the two types of gametes? Male gamete and female gamete. So write here. Only in the formation of gametes. Only in the formation of gametes. So gametes are produced in sexual reproduction. Only in the formation of gametes meiosis occurs. Right, look at the screen. Only in the formation of gametes. Example, sperms and eggs. Or if you take even in the plants, pollens and ova, or ovules. Or ova, X means ova. So only in the formation of gametes. Because in meiosis, number of chromosomes become half of the mother cell. So if you take 46 chromosomes in the mother cell of the testis or ovaries, so male, during meiosis it becomes 23 in the sperm or the egg. Because of meiosis only, the chromosome number kept constant from generation to generation. From generation to generation, chromosome number kept constant due to meiosis. So if you take male, female 46 chromosome, male 46 chromosome, somatic cells. What are the two types of cells in our body? Somatic cells and sex cells. Somatic cells contain 46 chromosomes. If you take a cell from your neck or leg or arm anywhere, we call them somatic cells. So all these somatic cells with nucleus contain 46 chromosomes, but when forming the gametes, it becomes 23. That is due to meiosis. So in producing sperms also, number of chromosomes become half. That is 23 inside the nucleus of the sperm. So these 46 chromosomes become 23 due to meiosis. The next generation also chromosomes inside the nucleus, but that will never happen. If right, I'll share the screen. Sorry about the small interruption. Question number 8. So the answer will be formation of gametes. So that's a good question. Question number 8 answer is 4th. In all the other instances, healing of wound, asexual reproduction, growth during about 40 weeks pregnancy period, the baby grows in the mother's womb by mitosis. So the cells divide by mitosis. Question 9. Organelles that can be observed under light microscope. Remember, there are some organelles like mitochondria. Mitochondria cannot be seen under light microscope. If mitochondria are present, you cannot include that. And the other one, ribosomes. So therefore, any volunteers? Question number 9, the answer, Ishan?
Answer is
Marinima? Yeah, very good.
Answer number 3.
Yeah, very good. Answer is 3, right. I'll underline the correct answer. So right, mitochondria is not seen under light microscope. Mitochondria is seen only under electron microscope. That's why you can't take the 1, 2 and 4 the answers. Question number 10, I'll erase the screen. 10th MCQ. Question number 10. Similar organelle shown in the picture. Yeah, it's a very simple question. So if you are given not only this, if you are given any organelle, you should know what it is. And you should know the function of that organelle. Function of that organelle you should know. So I'll ask the answer from any volunteers? Question number 10. Yeah, Situka? Havidu?
It's Golgi complex.
Yeah, correct. Answer is third, Golgi complex. So sometimes we call it Golgi body or Golgi apparatus. Not only this, even any other organelle you should know. When are given a line diagram, you should know what it is and the main function. Question number 11, the common plant disease only by viruses. So this is given in your textbook, I think under viruses. Right? If you have the grade 10 textbook, you can turn chapter 6. There's a topic about viruses. Remember this, even this 2021 oral paper, they asked about respiratory system and some questions about this viruses. Therefore, viruses you should know a bit in detail. The characteristics of viruses, diseases caused by viruses. You can check page number 152, grade 10, part 1 textbook. You can get the answer for this. Grade 10 textbook, page 152, the last paragraph. Common plant viral diseases are banana bunch top disease and curly leaf. Banana bunch top and curly leaf. So the answer will be 4th. Question number 11, answer is 4th. Question number 11, answer is 4th. Right. Then question number 12. Question number 12. I'll erase the screen. Question number 12. Elimination of waste materials from the body due to the metabolism. So, to become an excretory product, it should be due to metabolism. It should be due to metabolism. Actually, for this we have a separate system called excretory system. Such substances are called excretory substances. And the answer is 4th, excretion. I want you to write one more thing in your short notebook. Right? Please write fecal matter is not an excretory product. Therefore, rectum and anus are not excretory organs. Rectum and anus are not called excretory organs. Please write it. Fecal matter is not considered as an excretory product. Not considered as an excretory product. Because it is not produced due to metabolic activities or due to biochemical reaction taking place inside the cell. Because it is not produced due to metabolic activity. It is not produced due to metabolic activity. It is not produced due to metabolic activity. Due to metabolism. What is metabolism? All the chemical reactions taking place in your body called metabolism. So when you pass to, the stool is not considered as an excretory product. Not considered as an excretory product. Right. Next one. So the answer is 4th. Please write this. Most of the papers they have raised this question. Fecal matter, why it is not considered as excretory product? Not due to metabolism. It is not is there here. It is not produced due to metabolism. It is not produced due to metabolism. Not should be there because it is not produced due to metabolism. It is not due to metabolism. Therefore, rectum and anus not considered as excretory organs. Excretory organs. So the answer is question number 13. Chemoautotrophic organism from the organism given below. So that means photoautotrophic, you can write plants and algae, put a curly bracket and write photoautotrophic. Algae aquatic. The algae are the main producers, primary producers in the aquatic environment. Terrestrial one, green plants. So we call them photoautotrophic. Photoautotrophic. Then bacteria will be the answer here. Question number 13 answer is bacteria. They can produce their own food. Not all the bacteria, some bacteria only. Some bacteria can produce their own food by using these chemical reactions. Question number 14. Man is heterotrophic. Man heterotrophic. Question number 14. Unicellular organism with pseudopodia. So you should know the locomotory organelles of these. So if you want, you can copy down this in your short notebook. You have done classification lesson also. So if you take number 1, please note down this in your short notebook or writing book. Chlamydomonas. Chlamydomonas. Unicellular algae. Chlamydomonas unicellular algae. Chlamydomonas unicellular algae. Chlorophyll present. So Chlamydomonas has flagella. flagella as locomotory organ. This hair-like thing called flagella. Amoeba has pseudophodia as the locomotory organ. Sometimes structured essay paper, term test paper, oral paper, they can give a line diagram like this and ask to identify the organism. So this is pseudophodia. What are these called? Locomotory organelles. Pseudophodia. Next one, euglena. Euglena is photosynthetic, chlorophyll present, right? Right, so this is euglena. Euglena, euglena. So euglena also protozoa but photosynthetic. Euglena, what is the locomotory organ? Flagella. If you don't know, please make a rough sketch and write flagella. Then Paramecium also a protozoa. Paramecium has cilia as the locomotory organelle. Cilia. So those are the locomotory organelles of this organism. You can put a curly bracket. So out of all these, Chlamydomonas and algae, photosynthetic, but euglena also photosynthetic but not an algae. Euglena also chlorophyll present, photosynthetic, and right below first answer, right, it's an algae, photosynthetic. This one belongs to euglena, belongs to what? Protozoa, but it's not an algae but chlorophyll present, photosynthetic. And amoeba also a protozoa. And Paramecium also a protozoa. So out of the kingdoms, so you have domain Eukarya. So you should know each organism to which domain they belong. So grade 11 students, I am telling this. Grade 10 students, you have not done this lesson yet, since many students are doing this time all here. So you should better copy down that also. Domain, all these organisms domain to Eukarya. And kingdom Protista. Kingdom Protista, there are two groups. What are the two groups under kingdom Protista? Algae and protozoa. If you don't know, write it, algae and protozoa. Algae and protozoa under kingdom Protista. Please note down this domain Eukarya, because why domain Eukarya? All organized nucleus. All these have, all of them, all the algae and protozoa having organized nucleus. That's why they belong to Eukarya. Eukarya means organized nucleus present. Kingdom Protista, domain Eukarya. And right, out of them photosynthetic. All these are unicellular. All these are microorganisms. All are unicellular. All are microorganisms. Not all these. Actually, these four you have in grade 10, chapter 8, and grade 13, grade 10 chapter 13, grade 10 chapter 13, and grade 10 chapter 8, unit 8. So in 2 lessons you know you have this. So what are the to each organism? So Chlamydomonas under algae under Protista under Eukarya domain. Amoeba, to which group they belongs? Protozoa come under Protista, kingdom Protista under domain Eukarya, like that. Euglena, so please write euglena and algae and Chlamydomonas, chlorophyll present. So these, I'll put some green dots here, they have chlorophyll. Euglena and algae, that means Chlamydomonas, chlorophyll present, they have chlorophyll. Euglena also contain chlorophyll. Please note down this everything, because it's very important. Because some MCQs I'll discuss bit in detail, because they are important in your syllabus. Now pseudophodia means, pseudo means false, pods means feet. It's like Vyaja Pada, like in Sinhala we call it, false feet. So they have amoebic movements. Even white blood cells, neutrophils, they show this amoebic movement, can pass through the cells. So the answer is all these are unicellular. If you want to observe these organisms in your school laboratory, right? So what is the sample we use? Please write that hay extract or pond water. Pond water or the specimen we use pond water or hay extract to observe these organisms in the school lab. All these are aquatic, all are aquatic. There's a harmful protozoa called Plasmodium which cause the disease malaria. So I have not given that one among these answers. Plasmodium also a protozoa. What are the 4 protozoa in your syllabus? Amoeba, Euglena, Paramecium and Plasmodium. Plasmodium. Right. Next one, I'll erase the screen. Now this meeting has reached the maximum capacity English medium session. So therefore, please pass that link to your friends if any one of them are finding it difficult to join today, right? Okay. Let's move on to the next question. Right. Question number 15. I'll erase the screen. Anyone still copying down? Please raise the hand. Anyone still copying down? Please raise the hand. Right. Right. Let's move on to the next question now. Those who are still copying down, please raise the hand. If you are done, please lower your hand. So you have to sketch under Chlamydomonas, make a rough sketch this line diagram and label the locomotor organelle and write to which group it belongs. Algae. Amoeba, make a small sketch of this line diagram and label Pseudophodia. Below Euglena, make a small sketch of this line diagram and write below to which group they belongs. Protozoa. Paramecium also belongs to Protozoa. Locomotor organelle label Celia. And all of them, all these 4 organisms belong to domain Eukarya and kingdom Protista. Grade 10 first term, grade 10 students, no need to copy down the domain and the kingdom. That is for the grade 11 students. Grade 10 students, you should know the locomotor organelle and the name of the organism. That's enough. So what is the answer for this? Pseudophodia present in amoeba. Pseudophodia present in amoeba. Is that clear? So very easy, because not only to get the answer for this MCQ, you should know if any other organism given out of these 4, you should know the locomotor organelle and the domain and the kingdom. That's why I gave this. Right. Okay, I'll erase the screen now. Question number 15. What are the subatomic, now chemistry. So now we finished the biology revision and chemistry. Subatomic particles, very basic thing. Any students know, you should know this. Those who have the basic knowledge of chemistry. Yeah, Chanu, Niroshan, what is the answer for the 15th MCQ, Chanu?
Protons and neutrons.
Good. Inside nucleus contain protons and neutrons. Answer is very good. Second. Underline the word nucleus. Remember, during a chemical reaction, protons and neutrons not undergoing any change. During a chemical reaction, when forming bonds, only electrons are involved. That's why you write electronic configuration. So please write electrons are involved in bond formation. Electrons involved in electrical conductivity or thermal conductivity. Bonds and reactions who involve electrons. Oxidation reaction, reduction reaction, chemical bonds are formed by electrons. Therefore, during a chemical reaction or during the formation of a chemical bond, electrons are involved. That's why you learn electronic configuration. We didn't write proton configuration or neutron configuration because protons and neutrons not subjected to any change during a chemical reaction. Protons and neutrons can undergo changes only during a nuclear reaction. But nuclear reactions you don't have in your syllabus. Protons and neutrons can undergo changes in what reactions? Nuclear reactions. Therefore, during a chemical reaction, only electrons are involved. Therefore, electronic configuration is very important. So those are the 3 subatomic particles. So out of these 3 subatomic particles, protons and neutrons inside the nucleus, the total number of P and N called mass number, and protons and electrons are equal in case of a neutral atom. This is also very important. I'll give a small summary note here. If you take out of the 3 subatomic particle an atom can become positive, negative or neutral based on the number of protons and electrons. If protons and electrons equal, we call it a neutral atom. Neutral atom. If atom is neutral, it has equal number of protons and electrons. If an atom become positively charged, neutral atom. If an atom is positive, what is more? Protons. If an atom is negative, what is more? Electrons. If an atom is neutral, protons and electrons equal. If an atom is positive, more protons than electrons. If an atom is negative, more electrons than protons. So this is very important. You can copy down this if you want. So an atom is basically electrically neutral. So actually an atom become positive or negative due to the changing of the electron number. Protons not undergoing any change. Proton is unique property of any given element. So example, if you take sodium ion example, it has how many, what is the atomic number? 10. It has 10 protons, atomic number 10, but electrons become 11 protons, sorry, 11 protons, 11 proton, sodium atomic number 11, atomic number 11 protons, 11 protons, 10 electrons. So what is more here? Protons. That's why it's positively charged. So I'll give one example for negatively charged ion. If you take chloride ion, Cl minus, atomic number 17, that is the 17th element. Why it is minus? It has 17 protons because its atomic number 17. But why it is negative? It has received one electron. Electrons are negatively charged. So therefore it has one extra electron than proton. So this is how an atom become positive or negative. If you take sodium atom, atomic number 11, it has 11 protons, 11 electrons. So therefore it's neutral. So this is how an atom become positively, negatively or neutral. Positive, negative or neutral. So here proton number no change. Electrons are going in and out. Based on that an atom become positively or negatively charged. One more thing. Negatively charged ions are mostly formed by non-metals. Positively charged ions are mostly, not always, mostly formed by metals. Therefore, if there's a metal in a compound, we call it ionic compound basically. So there are some exceptions, but basically if there's a metal in a compound, we call it ionic. Sodium chloride, potassium metal, sodium chloride, sodium metal, copper sulfate, copper metal, potassium permanganate, potassium and manganese metal. Therefore, they are all ionic. But if you take glucose, maltose, sucrose, CHO, all the carbohydrate, they are no metals in it. All of them, all the monosaccharides and disaccharides, covalent bonds, and they are covalent molecules, covalent compounds. Glucose, water, no metals in it. So only non-metals. Only non-metals, mostly covalent. But there are some exceptions like this. Ammonium chloride. This is very important for the grade 11 students. Ammonium chloride, it is ionic. Ammonium nitrate ionic because its ammonium means NH4 plus and chlorine is Cl minus. So it's made of ions. So there are few exceptions. All of them non-metal but ionic. Right. So question number 15, I gave a lot of other information. Answer is protons and neutrons. Question number 16. 16th MCQ, electronic configuration of Al3 plus. Remember, if you don't know atomic number, you will find it very difficult to answer the questions in the exam, especially chemistry questions without the atomic number and the configuration. Aluminium atomic number is 13. So it's 283. Configuration 283. When it becomes Al3 plus, atomic number no change, protons no change, but electrons only changes from 283 to 28. Question number 16, answer is third. Question number 16, answer is third. 2, 8. Question number 17. Question number 17. These are basic questions, therefore I didn't ask the answer from you all. Question number 17. Chemical formula of an element M is MCl2. Why MCl2 is given? To get valency of M. And formula of its carbonate. Highlight the word carbonate. What is the symbol of carbonate? CO3 2 minus. What is the symbol of carbonate? CO3 2 minus. So put an arrow as carbonate, right? CO3 2 minus. Why MCl2 is given to get the valency of M. I'll highlight this. MCl2 is given to get the valency of M. M we don't know, it's not the real symbol. So I'll take MCl2. If you take M here, it will be valency of M will be 2. Valency of M will be 2. Why MCl2 is given? To get the valency of M. To get the valency of M. This 2 belongs to M. So we'll write now separately the valency of carbonate and M. Look at the screen. M valency will be 2. Actually it forms M2 plus. Carbonate CO3 2 minus. Carbonate CO3 2 minus. Yeah, anyone can guess the answer for this before I explain? Yeah, before I give the answer, any volunteers? Raise the hand. Yeah, Chanu, Niroshan, yeah, what is the answer?
First answer.
First answer. Okay, any other volunteers other than the first answer? So Chanu gave Niroshan from Malama Model Boy, so the first answer. Anyone else? I'll ask from Sachin, what is the answer, Puta?
Fourth answer.
Fourth answer. Right, so I got two answers. Fourth answer and the first answer. Let's see. I'll write the valency below carbonate, it's 2. If it is 2 to the simplest ratio 1:1. So therefore what? You can just add them without, because no need to write 2 to, if it is 2, 2, or if it is 3, 3, if it is 4, 4. So then, so it's you get the simplest ratio, that is MCO3. MCO3. So the answer is 4. Question number 17, answer is 4. It's MCO3. How did you get this? First we got the valency from M. We got the valency of M first. How? From MCl2. From MCl2 we got the valency of M. After that we got the we wrote the symbol of carbonate. So this is M valency M2 plus. Cl is minus. Actually, if I give the real symbol for this, if you want, what are the possible symbols for M? You can write calcium carbonate. Calcium Ca2 plus. Carbonate CO3 2 minus. So you can see here without writing even the valence, you can get it easily. If you know the charge, now the charges get nicely balanced here. You can here 2 plus and 2 minus get cancelled. Then you can directly combine these two. 2 plus and charges get balanced. Then you can write directly CaCO3. Or if you write MgCO3, magnesium carbonate, that also CO3 2 minus Mg2 plus. All the, you can copy down the short note everyone. All the group 1 metals, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium, all the group 1 metals, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium. But you don't need to remember all this, and at least up to potassium you have to remember. All these form positively charged ion plus 1. That means what? They will never become 2 plus or 3 plus. Always unipositive ion. They form what? Ions? Unipositive ion. Please write it if you want. And they don't have multiple valency. Their valence is always 1. And they always form ionic compound. They never form covalent compounds. Group 1, and they don't form colored compounds as well. Any compound of lithium, sodium, potassium, not colored except potassium permanganate. Actually potassium permanganate, the color comes from because of manganate ion. KMnO4, potassium permanganate, not because of potassium. So if you take any of these compounds, say example, so I'll take sodium chloride, sodium bromide, sodium iodide, they are not colored. They don't form colored compounds. Sodium chloride, sodium bromide, sodium carbonate, sodium bicarbonate. You can write as an exercise. You can take a piece of paper and write all the possible compounds of sodium. So for your practice, so then you learn how to write the chemical formulas of compounds. I'll write with say sodium chloride. Then I can write sodium, I'll write the most common, sodium carbonate, sodium bicarbonate. You should know the chemical formulas of compounds, sodium bicarbonate. Sodium nitrate, sodium nitrite, NaNO2. Then sodium phosphate, Na3PO4. Then sodium sulfate, Na2SO4. Then sodium sulfide, Na2SO3. Right? Like that. Then sodium oxalate, Na2C2O4. Sodium manganate, Na, right? A lot of things. Sodium even bromide, so NaBr. Sodium iodide, NaI. Then sodium chromate, Na2CrO4. sodium dichromate, Na2Cr2O7, like that. You can practice writing you can combine them with different anions or negative ions. So that improves your chemistry knowledge. So when you're learning any subject, my advice, do it with the intention of improving the subject knowledge rather than just targeting marks. Whether is now mostly what happens, fully exam oriented, then it's become abstract content based learning. So students, this thinking ability, problem solving ability, analytical skills, so that is you have to think out of the box, and you have to, at the end, you should know whether you have improved your chemistry knowledge or not. That's why if you only write, if you want, I'll repeat again the names: sodium chloride, sodium carbonate, sodium bicarbonate, sodium nitrate, sodium phosphate, sodium sulfate, sodium sulfide. If you only write here even sodium bisulfate, NaHSO4, sodium bisulfate, then sodium oxalate, sodium bromide, sodium iodide, sodium chromate, sodium dichromate. Now all these are ionic, right? All these are ionic. All are ionic and all are not colored. None of them are colored. Therefore group 1, and all these are water soluble. All are water soluble, and with water they form homogeneous mixtures. What are the things to remember? Group 1 metals, all are ionic. Compounds of group 1 metals are ionic, except hydrogen, group 1 metals, and they don't form colored compounds, and they are completely soluble in water. Any compound of group 1 metal, completely soluble in water. They don't form colored solution, and they are ionic. They have high melting and boiling point. They are completely water soluble and form homogeneous mixtures. So then now you have to improve your chemistry knowledge when you learn one MCQ. Right? When you learn how to answer one MCQ, you should learn to answer 10 more MCQs. Right? Answer is MCO3. I told you how to get the answer. So this additional information you can copy down separately. Done? Anyone still copying down? Raise the hand. If you want, you can get the recording, and through your school teacher, you can get the recording after the session, and you can note down this separately again, or else you can take a screenshot even, right? Okay. Even you can write the same set of compounds for potassium: potassium chloride, potassium bromide, potassium carbonate, potassium bicarbonate. This is also called baking powder. What is sodium bicarbonate is also called baking powder. Baking powder. Baking soda. It's white powder, right? So I'll erase the screen. Question number 18. Which of the following oxide is acidic oxide? Any volunteers? Out of this, which one is the acidic oxide? Yes. What is the acidic oxide? Acidic oxide will be, I'll ask the answer from Sitilini Kularatna. Yeah, yeah. I'll ask from someone else then. Malinma? Vihang?
Second
Sachin?
one.
Vihan?
Second one.
Second one. Okay, good. Answer is second. Very good. Right, okay. So rather now I'll quickly write it again. So the 4 different types of oxide, quickly copy down. 4 types of oxides. What are the 4 types of oxides? Basic oxides, acidic oxides, amphoteric oxides, and neutral oxides. So I'll write first basic oxides. Basic oxides. The next one, basic oxides. Quickly copy down. Can you all write some examples for basic oxides? The next one you can write acidic oxides. Acidic oxides. The next one, amphoteric oxides. Amphoteric oxides, AMPHO, amphoteric oxides. And the last one, neutral oxides. So neutral oxides not that important, but the first 3 you have to remember anyway. So I'll write anyway neutral oxides. Neutral oxides. Now basic oxides, what are the 4 types of basic oxides? Look at the screen. Basic oxides, all the group 1 metal oxides basic. So examples, so lithium oxide, sodium oxide, potassium oxide, all the group 1 metal oxides are basic. Why are they basic? They react with acids. K2O, potassium oxide, they all basic. Even group 2, magnesium oxide basic. Group 2, calcium oxide basic. So acidic oxides are formed by non-metals. Say group 4 carbon dioxide is acidic. Acidic oxide. Quickly copy down this in a note. Alright, book. Carbon dioxide is acidic. Then sulfur dioxide is acidic. Nitrogen dioxide acidic. Group 4, 5, 6, 7 oxides are acidic. Nitrogen dioxide. Then P2O5. Then nitrogen phosphorus. Then sulfur dioxide. Sulfur trioxide, SO3, carbon dioxide, they are acidic. And all these are gases and they are non-metallic oxides. All these are non-metallic oxides. Why are they called acidic oxide? They react with water forming acids. Plus, they can react with bases as well. Right? Acidic oxide react with bases. Reacts with bases like sodium hydroxide. With acids, sorry. Basic oxide react with acids. Reacts with acids. React with acids. Then acidic oxide react with bases. Amphoteric oxide, why it's called? Now you have done about amphibians, right? Ubejivin, amphibians, both water and land environment. So like that here, both with both acid and so they react with both acids and bases. Example, aluminium oxide amphoteric. That's the most common one in your syllabus. There are many other, but A-level chemistry they teach more than that. Aluminium oxide is amphoteric. So that react with what? Reacts with both acid and bases. Reacts with both acids and bases. Reacts with both acid and bases. Amphoteric oxides. Examples I have given. You better copy down this. Very important. Across the period or left to right in the periodic table, acidity of the oxides increase. Basicity decrease. So neutral oxide, say H2O, water. It's a neutral one. Oxide of hydrogen is water. And if you take carbon monoxide, nitrous oxide, they are neutral oxide. Carbon monoxide, nitric oxide, nitrous oxide, water, they are neutral oxides. That means what? They don't react with acid bases, so actually no reaction, so it will dissolve, but no reaction with acid bases or water. So neutral oxide, no reaction with water. Acidic oxides reacts with water forming acids. basic oxide react with water forming base. Example, if you put sodium oxide into water, it forms sodium hydroxide. Potassium oxide into water, potassium hydroxide. So any hydroxide is a base. So these are the 4 different types of oxides. Please write down, at least you should know one example for each. Right. So most of the metal oxides are basic. Most of the metal oxides are basic. Example, sodium oxide, you can write basic. You can easily predict now whether it's acid or base. In front of each answer, write sodium oxide basic. With water it forms sodium hydroxide. Calcium oxide is basic. With water it forms calcium hydroxide. Then aluminium oxide, it's amphoteric. So this is acidic. This question is very important. Most of the oral papers within the first 10 MCQs, they ask a question of this type. So what is the easiest method to remember this? Group 1 and group 2 metal oxides are basic. Group 5, 6, 7 oxides are mostly acidic. Group 4, 5, 6, 7 oxides are acidic in periodic table. That's how you can easily remember. Right. Anyone still copy down? Please raise the hand, or shall I erase this? Done? Anyone of you are still copying down this 4 different types of oxides with example? Or you can take a screenshot, or even you can get a recording. So let's move on to the question number 19. Characteristics of certain element given below. Very easy. So this is a very simple question. Any volunteers? Now give me the answer for the 19th MCQ. Density is less than water, rapidly reacts with water. Yeah, Vihangaranmini, yes. What is the answer? Imasha?
Sodium.
Yeah, very good. Answer is sodium. Very good. Remember, all the group 1 metals are soft metals and their density is less than water. Why do they float on water? Density is less than water. And they rapidly react with water. That's why you cannot store sodium in the laboratory in contact with moisture or water vapor. You have to store that in oil or mineral oil or paraffin oil. Question number 20. 20th MCQ. Given below are some statement regarding, okay, so this is from grade 10 physics, chapter 2. Which of these not false? That means which ones are correct? In other words, correct statement. Who can give me the answer for this? Any volunteers? Please raise hand those who done it, or even now you can just guess the answer. Imasha, Ranatunga? Where's Imasha? Yeah, Imasha? Situka?
B and C only.
Imasha?
Third answer.
Okay, both of you get the same answer. Third answer. Answer is B and C. Very good. Velocity is not a vector. That is wrong. velocity can be existed as negative value, can, because when the direction, okay, look at the screen everyone. If you are throwing an object vertically up, when it returns to the same point, the starting point, so displacement 0 here, displacement is 0. Imagine a batsman runs between wickets, and if batsman complete 2 runs between wickets, displacement 0. So if you take the forward the velocity positive, then backward, so its velocity is negative, because velocity is a vector, right? The reason why velocity can take negative value, because it's a vector. When the direction change, it becomes negative. That's the reason. You can hear this side the velocity is positive and this side velocity is negative. So this side you can write velocity positive and this side velocity negative. Negative means not decreasing. So downwards is acceleration, but velocity negative because of the direction change. Velocity is a vector. So if batsman complete 2 runs, the displacement will be 0, but distance will be not 0. So if first run say 20 meters between the wickets, and then backward also 20, then the distance travel will be 40 meters, but displacement will be 0. So if an object return to the same point, its displacement will be 0. So you can draw the displacement time graph also for this. If you want, I'll make a small sketch of the displacement time graph. A batsman completing 2 runs between the wickets, displacement time graph. So its first run, say 20 meters here, and the second run, displacement in meters, and the second run again same distance 20 meters. So I'll put x-axis time. So the displacement after say 10 seconds, it will be 0. After 10 seconds, y-axis displacement 0. This is the displacement time graph for completing 2 runs by a batsman in a match. But imagine if batsman get run out in the middle of the pitch, when completing the second run, if batsman get run out, then you have to put somewhere here up to here only. So here is the place where he got run out. That is displacement now. What is displacement? Initial point and the final point, that is a gap. So now he got run out. So what is the displacement? From the first wicket to the place he got run out, the gap will be how many meters? So he has to run 10 meters back, but he came only 5 meters so far. Therefore, the answer will be 10 meters. So he returned only 10 meters and got run out. So 10 more meters to run. Therefore, the displacement will be 10. So like that, they can ask questions related to the practical day-to-day life, whatever the applications. And if you should know how to draw the velocity time graph for this also, because every of this velocity time graph or the motion graph, very important. You can get essays, structured essays, even MCQs from this. So therefore, B is correct. Rate of the change of displacement is velocity, that is correct. So B and C only correct. Very good. Those who gave the answer, both of you are correct. What is the equation for the velocity? Velocity equal displacement divided by time. Change of displacement over time taken. Question number 21. I'll erase the screen. Uniform acceleration and uniform deceleration of this graph. Uniform acceleration and uniform deceleration. Any volunteers? I'll ask the answer from Kavindu. Yes,
First
Kavindu?
answer.
First answer. Angelika?
One.
Right. Okay. Let's see. How to find the acceleration? Whether it's acceleration or deceleration, the same equation. A equals V minus U over T. Whether it's acceleration or deceleration, we use the same equation. A equals V minus U over T. So if you take acceleration here, initial velocity is 0. Final velocity, look at y-axis of the graph, final velocity 60. So this 60 minus 0. 60 minus 0 divided by 60 minus 0 divided by 30 seconds. So acceleration will be 2 ms minus 2. Then the deceleration. So that is the acceleration. If you want to find the deceleration, then also we use the same equation. A equals V minus U over T. A equals V minus U over T. So here you have the final initial velocity. Deceleration initial velocity is 20. 60. Final velocity is 0. Initial velocity here 20. Final velocity here 0. Look at y-axis, the values 0. Therefore you can write 0 minus 60 divided by, what is the time here? 50 to 70 means 20 seconds. Not, don't write 70 seconds here, it's 20 seconds. 0 minus 60 divided by 20 seconds minus 60 over 20. Answer is yes. Any volunteers who has done the calculation before me? Yes. Angelica, Vihanga. Answer is
1.
Milana?
1.
Yeah,
1.
very good. Yeah, very good. So here you get 3 ms minus 2. But the thing is this, you can't when they give deceleration, don't put the sign. Acceleration, negative acceleration means is deceleration. So but we don't write the sign for the deceleration. If there's acceleration, we have to put the minus sign, but for the deceleration we don't put the sign. Question number 21, answer is first. Those have done it very good. Answer is first one. Question number 22, I'll erase the screen. 22. Select the answer which gives the correct unit of acceleration. There's a very recall in the previous memory. Any volunteers? Very basic questions. I'll ask the answer from Situka, do you mean? Situka? Himasha?
The third one.
Masindu?
Third one.
Very good. Malisha?
Third one.
Correct. Very good. All of you are correct. MS minus 2. MS minus 2. Acceleration MS minus 2. Very good. Question number 23. I'll erase the screen. 23rd MCQ. Who has done this 23rd MCQ? Any volunteers? I'll ask the answer from Ishan. Yanga?
Answer is 4.
Someone else?
Fourth one.
Fourth one. Malaysia?
Fourth one.
Fourth one. Okay, all of you get fourth. Okay, very good. So you can see a 100 meters event. Look at the screen. Look at the turn. The data given 100 meters event. 400 meters track. 400 meters track. So he has to run 2 times, right? Twice. So the displacement of the runner. I told you, if someone complete, if you go to the school from your home and again if you return home, your displacement is 0. Displacement 0. Displacement 0. But distance travel will be 800 meters. Distance travel. So answer is for very good. Answer is fourth. Question number 24. Highest acceleration occurs. Okay, this is a good question. Question number 24. I'll leave the screen. 24th MCQ. Highest acceleration. How to find the highest acceleration? Okay, before I explain, any volunteers who can give me the answer with the method? Right, yes. That's the answer from. Please raise the hand those who can guess the answer for the 24th MCQ. Yeah, Vihanga, Ranmini.
Second law. Fourth
Second
one.
Fourth one. Okay, question number 24, fourth one. Ashini, Himasha, Milana.
Fourth one.
First one.
Benny?
Fourth answer.
Very good. Very good. Okay, let's see. Under each, I'll write the resultant force. Then when the force is highest, force means highest acceleration, because all these having the same mass. Okay, let's see here the resultant force here 10 Newton. So here the resultant force will be 10 Newton. Here it will be resultant force will be 10 minus 10 0. Resultant force 10 minus 10 0, because they are opposite. I'll write here R, resultant force. So for F equals ma, we have to put the resultant force. Here the resultant will be again 0. Resultant force, because it's opposite equal. Therefore it's 0. Resultant force 0 means what? Newton's what? First law. object is at rest or travels with uniform velocity. If forces are balanced, object is at rest or travels with uniform velocity. Last one, you can see the resultant force will be 20 Newton. So actually, if you want, you can put a curly bracket for the second and third, right? Newton's first law, object is at rest, but this is Newton's first law, forces are balanced, resultant force 0. Forces are balanced, unbalanced force. Therefore, object is at rest, forces are balanced. Therefore, this is under actually Newton's first law. Newton's first law. Object is at rest. Object is at rest or moving with uniform velocity. Object is at rest or moves with uniform velocity. Moves with uniform velocity. So very important, Newton's first law. So, and out of the first and the fourth answer, if you write F equals ma, so here Newton's second law, because there's an unbalanced force. So this is Newton's second law. Newton's second law. There's an unbalanced force. Therefore, you can write the equation F equals ma. So the mass of the object same. This is also Newton's second law. Under Newton's second law, what is the equation? F equals ma. When the force increases, acceleration also increases. With the increase of the force, acceleration also increases. So here you can see force. What is the value we had to put for force here? How many Newton? So the force will be here 20 Newton into m into a. So here the force will be 10 Newton m into a. So if you are given the mass, you can find the acceleration. Assume it's 1 kilogram, then acceleration will be here 10. Here acceleration will be 20. If mass is 1 kilogram, fourth one has the highest acceleration. So what is Newton's second law? Acceleration is, what is Newton's second law? Acceleration is directly proportional to the unbalanced external force. What is Newton's second law? Acceleration is directly proportional to the unbalanced external force. What is the unbalanced external force here? 20 Newton. 20 Newton. And acceleration is inversely proportional to the mass. So there are three laws. Our third law is very easy to remember. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Newton's second law is acceleration directly proportional to the unbalanced external force, and it's inversely proportional to the mass. That means greater the force, greater the acceleration. So very good, those who gave the fourth answer. Please raise the hand before I explain those who got the fourth answer with this understanding. Highest resultant force, fourth answer. Therefore, the highest acceleration, fourth one. Right, around 20 students raised hand. Very good, 23. Well done. Right, good. So with this understanding, if you got this answer, then it's really good. Right. Okay, then let's move on to the next question. Question number 25, the last MCQ. Select the answer with a vector quantity and a scalar quantity. Select the answer with a vector quantity and a scalar quantity. Answer is, any volunteers? 25th answer. Isam? Yes, what is the answer, Isam? Milana?
Second.
Imasha? Angelica?
Second answer. Second answer.
Yeah, it's not hard. It's very, so vector will be force, scale will be pressure. So the answer is, if you only write here in first answer, if you only write both scale, both vector here, both vector. And this one, work is scalar quantity and velocity is a vector. Here velocity is vector and the pressure is scalar quantity. So the answer is second, right? The force and pressure, they are in vector and scalar. So this one, the first one is vector and the second one is scalar. Force is a vector and pressure will be a scalar quantity. So very good, answer is question number 25, answer is second. Actually these 25 MCQs from the grade 10 first term work, grade 10 from chapter 1 to 6. Therefore, you can check how many of you have got correct. Those who have done this at home and those who have done this alone. Even today, if you got the answer before me, you can put a right tick and you can check how many MCQs you got correct. Okay, so quickly go through those who have done this alone before me, those who got the answer and put a right tick. Check how many correct out of 25 and put on the, maybe like you have the soft copy or hard copy, it doesn't matter. You can put the question number and write the answer. Please raise the hand those who got 20 or above. Raise the hand those who got 20 or above out of these 25 MCQs. Because you didn't have much term tests also because this pandemic situation and the current crisis, printing problem and many issues with the struggle. You have to, this a challenging thing, but you have to complete your syllabus, and because after few years no one will remember these things and they'll ask about your results. Then the people will forget about this. With so many difficulties you got those results, but they'll compare with the others the same results. So you can't, they will not excuse you, okay, because of the crisis and because of the pandemic situation, that results more than enough, or it's same as the other people, this result, they will not compare like that. So you also will be measured at the same level, right? Therefore, after 10-15, so the Sri Lanka will not be at this state forever. So one day this will come to an end and the solution. So then you had to, you will be in the job market and you have to find a job, or you have to start your higher education and all this. What matters, your overall results. Right, very good. Those who got more than 25 students, raise the hand. If you got 20 or above for this paper is good. That means your grade 10 first term work. So you can remember, right? Okay. Now we'll continue this next week also, depend on the situation. So if the schools are closed, definitely the zonal education office will organize this next week also. We'll continue the remaining questions here. So we can start now the essay type questions and the structured essays. Right, look at the screen. Essay type questions. Identify the biomolecule built in the living body. Should be BUILD build the living body, which described by the following statement. Right, formed by fatty acid and glycerol. Which biomolecule is formed by fatty acid and glycerol? Any volunteers? Yes, I'll ask from Sandali. Saneli.
Lipid.
Lipids.
Very good. Answer is lipids. Yeah, correct. So write the others and write the answer lipids. Question number part B, the structural unit of amino acid. So which biomolecule, the structural unit will become amino acid of which biomolecule? The basic unit is amino acid or the building unit. Rehan, what is the answer, Rehan? Yes. Asindu?
Protein.
Very good. Yes, correct. Answer will be protein. Proteins. Part C, contain elements carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen and phosphorus. Which biomolecule contain these 5 elements? CHONP, CHOMP. Any volunteers? I'll ask the answer from Umanda. Situka. Shan.
Nucleic acids.
Very good. Nucleic acid, that means DNA and RNA, contain these 5 elements. Very good. Most abundant organic compound in the living matter. Most abundant organic compound in the living matter. What is the most abundant organic one in the living matter? Any volunteers? Part D, the answer. Yes. I'll ask the answer from Angelika. Milana. Milinma.
Carbohydrates.
Carbohydrates.
Very good. All 3 of you are correct. Answer will be carbohydrate. Right. Okay. So that is part A. Part B. I'll erase the screen. Those who couldn't copy down, so you can quickly take a screenshot or you can request even the recording. Right. Part B. I'll erase the screen. Part B, the answer. The cell is the smallest structural unit in the body. Identify the cell types of A and B. Yeah, out of this, what is A? So you can see clearly there's a cell wall in B. Yes, what is A and B? Part 1, the answer. Any volunteers? I'll ask the answer. Same set of students raise the hand. What about the others? I'll ask from Situka. Ilana?
So the part A is animal cell and the part B is plant cell.
Very good. A animal cell, B plant cell. Correct. Very good. Number 2, two differences between A and B cell types. Imagine, remember, if your part 1 go wrong, then part B also, part 2 also, there will be a problem, right? So when you're answering these type of questions, you have to be a bit careful, right? Two differences between A and cell type. There are 3 differences you can write. So I'll write here this corner, part 2, the answer. You can write cell wall, 1 difference, cell wall. So in A, cell wall is absent, B cell wall is present. That is 1 difference. Look at the screen. So A cell wall absent, I put across here. B cell wall is present. But don't write like a table, write the answer as a table, but this is just to you to copy down the answer easily. Cell wall is present in A, absent in B. Absent in A. Cell wall. Then the other one you can write vacuole. Large vacuole. Large vacuole absent in A, present in this one I have put across here. Cell wall absent in A, present in B. Then the other important thing, chloroplast. Sometimes they can ask in the exam structural differences. So you can't see the chloroplast clearly, but that also a difference between these two. Chloroplast present in B, absent in A. So those are the 3 main differences between plant cell and the animal cell. Cell wall, vacuole and chloroplast, all 3 present in plant cell but absent in animal cell. The part 2 I have done the answer. Now number 3, write 3 steps how to prepare a slide of an onion peel. So that is for observing plant cells, we can prepare a slide of onion peel. Remember in your grade 10 textbook, I'll show you the textbook now. Grade 10 chapter 6 we have this, actually grade 10 chapter 6th lesson. Okay, I will share that. You can see that activity. This is a practical given in your textbook. Grade 10 chapter 6, how to observe plant cell and animal cell under the microscope. Right, look at this. This is how you do it. You can write in short form, stepwise. So if you have the textbook grade 10 page number 112, for observing plant cells we use onion peel as the specimen. First you can write the first step. Remember, this activity part is very important in all our science paper. You get structured essay, some parts of the compulsory questions from these activities. So therefore when you are studying from the textbook, you have to pay more attention to this activity part. So what is the first step? You have to cut an onion and obtain the inner fleshy tissue. Or else you can start with this directly one. Remove a peel of the inner and outer surface of, you can start with this. Remove a peel from outer or inner surface of onion peel and transfer it to a watch glass containing water. Let's start with this. Remove a peel from inner or outer surface of, not it here, you write onion, and transfer it to a watch glass. Why contain in water? That is to prevent the cells getting dried, right? Why it is directly added into the water in the watch glass? To prevent it getting dried. That is number 1. Then number 2 you can write, put a water drop to a clean glass slide and transfer the specimen onto the slide using a paintbrush. That is the second step, because they asked to write the steps when observing onion. So that is, I'll write number 2. Then number 3, cover it with you can write this in 3 steps. Cover it with a cover slip and observe under the microscope. So what is the first one? Remove a peel from the No need to write the same sentence as it is. You can write that using your own words, including the keywords. You have to remove the peel from the outer or inner surface of an onion and transfer that to a watch glass or beaker containing water, or even a petri dish containing water. If you don't have watch glass in a school level, you can use a petri dish even. After that, what you should do, you have to use using the paint brush, put a drop of water on a clean glass slide and transfer it to the slide. That is called the specimen. After that, finally, you can cover it with a cover slip. That is necessary. You have to cover that with a cover slip. That is the last step. Cover it with a cover slip, and without trapping air, any air bubble, you have to observe under the microscope. These are the three main steps involved when observing onion peel plant cells under the light microscope. Please put a stop, because this activity is not only grade 10, even grade 11 textbook. The activity part, you are getting more questions than from the other text. Right? Remember that. It's very, very important. Right, done. Shall I erase the screen? You must copy down. So I didn't write it, so you can directly copy down the answer from here. Right. Then next one. So that's the answer for this question, right? Part write in 3 steps. So I told you the 3 steps of preparing the slide using of an onion peel. So that's what I explained here. First step is what? This is the first step, then this is the second step, and this is the third step. If you only can refer the page number 112 in your grade 10 textbook part 1. After that, next one. Identify the following. This is very, very important. So many papers they ask this. I told you meiosis and mitosis important. Most of the term test papers they ask this. Identify the following method of cell division. Method of cell division. There are 2 main methods of cell division. Any volunteers who can give me the answer for this? What is this method of cell division? There are 2 divisions, division 1 and division 2, and you can see the number of chromosomes become half here. So we start with 2. An example, say I'll write here 46 chromosomes, and then here it become what? 23. And here also each daughter cell, how many daughter cells are produced here? 4 daughter cells from each parent cell. So this is the mother cell. Mother cell, say example, the testis. So the ovaries, mother cell has 46, and here you get 4 daughter cells. 4 daughter cells. Each daughter cell has how many chromosomes? 23 chromosomes. Actually, this is how the sperms are produced from the testis of the males. This is how the sperms are produced from the testis of the males. By which method? By meiosis. Number of chromosomes become half of the mother cell, because it's going to combine with female gamete and become again 46. So the answer is yes. Any volunteers? Part 4A the answer. I'll ask the answer from Sitilini, Islam, Malinma. Right. Yeah, correct. Very good. Imasha.
X meiosis,
Yeah,
Y
very good. Correct. It's meiosis. It's meiosis. And write if you want in your short note, meiosis occurs only during the sexual reproduction. I mean, meiosis occurs only in the formation of gamete. That means what? Sexual reproduction occurs by meiosis. Asexual reproduction occurs by mitosis, because asexual only one parent involved. No gametes are involved in asexual. Gametes are involved only in the sexual method. Therefore, this is meiosis or meiotic division. And indicate what is X and Y. X is the first division, Y will be the second division. What is X here? Meiosis. For division 1. And this Y will be mitosis. It begins with meiosis and ended up with mitosis. The first division, number of chromosomes become half. That's why we call it meiosis. But anyway, overall, this method is called meiosis, because number of chromosomes become half. Therefore, if cells divide now, cell to cell, chromosome number kept constant due to mitosis. So example, when you grow, the same number of chromosomes in the new cells also. Example, healing of a wound. Replace new cells also, replace the previous cells having the same number of chromosomes. That means cell to cell. Write it if in your short notebook. Cell to cell chromosome number kept constant due to meiosis or mitosis. Sorry, mitosis. Mitosis helps to keep the chromosome number constant from cell to cell. 46 to 46, 2n to 2n, like that. Now, meiosis, that means this method, helps to keep the chromosome number constant from generation to generation. Your parents 46, you also 46. One day your children also 46. So in case of humans having 46 chromosomes inside the nucleus. Right, then next one. Next part, I'll erase the screen. This diagram is important. Mitosis also you should know. Now, cancer cells are formed by which method? Meiosis or mitosis? Cancer cells are formed by mitosis. If you want to write here, cancer cells are produced by mitosis. Right. Then next one, below are some logo. Okay. Most of the chemistry questions in the oral paper, they don't give the real symbol. They give A, B, C, D, O, X, Y, Z like that. What are the symbols that are used to show the monovalent metal? What is the meaning of monovalent metal? Monovalent means valency 1. And it must be a metal. Please highlight the keyword of this question. Monovalent metals are formed by group 1. Group 1 except hydrogen. Please put an arrow towards group 1 everyone. Monovalent means valency 1. Metals, all the group 1 metal elements are metals except hydrogen. Right here, monovalent metal found in group 1. And divalent group 2. Divalent means valency 2. Divalent metal in group 2. If you take monovalent non-metal, group 7. Monovalent non-metal, group 7. Please write here, monovalent non-metals in group 7. Right here, monovalent non-metal, group 7, fluorine, chlorine, monovalent is valency 1, or non-metals. Monovalent non-metals group 7, monovalent metal group 1. Monovalent metal group 1, monovalent non-metal group 7. Right. So what are the symbols that are used to show the monovalent metals among these elements? What are the symbols? Plural. So I have already given the answer. They have quickly write the answer since limited time or what 10 minutes more left. Answer will be A and E. If you don't know how to draw this table with the real symbols, to draw this table, and if you don't know how to write the electronic configuration of the first 20 elements, that is the end of your chemistry. It's like you are going to do an English diploma or degree without knowing the alphabet. So first you should know at least there are more than 100 elements. First, at least you should know the first 20 elements in the correct sequence order with the atomic number, increase in order of atomic number. Not only that, you should be able to build the periodic table based on those 20 symbols based on the configuration and atomic number. Okay, so number 2, write the group number and the period number where F belongs. F belongs to which? F means actually here F means not fluorine. This is F here. That is actually magnesium. The real symbol is magnesium. F belongs to, I'll write here, group will be 2. Period will be, what is the period? Period will be 3. Third period group 2. Sorry, second period, second group 2 and third period. Actually the real symbol is magnesium. Number 3, what is the letter that represents the stable? Okay. Which elements of which group has more stable electronic configurations? We call them noble gas configuration. Answer is D. Remember, when you're writing the answers, don't use the real symbol. You have to write the answers using the symbols given here. So that's D here. More stable electronic configuration, noble gases, because the outermost shell is full. They have valency 0. They don't easily form any compounds. Part 4, what is the element which has the highest melting point? This is a good question. Any volunteers who can give me the answer for the part 4 with the reason? So if you know the answer with the reason, that's really good. You have this knowledge about that element. Anyone else raise the hand? Pasindu, Situka, Devmin. What is the answer? Part 4 the answer. Yes, anyone else? Any other volunteers? Please raise the hand. Answer for the part 4. Highest melting point. I'll do a small hint or clue. Usually lattices having high melting and high boiling point. So I'll write here basically what? Ionic lattices and atomic lattices. Okay, now I'll give a small clue. Ionic lattices and atomic lattices having high melting and boiling point. What lattices? Atomic lattices. If an element is forming atomic lattices or ionic lattices. Now, right. Highest melting, the element that has highest melting point, because that element exists as a lattice, because ionic lattice, they not the neutral one, they become ion. What are the which element form atomic lattice here? They form homoatomic lattice. That is the most widely used element in nanotechnology also. Carbon nanotubes, activated carbon. Right, answer is yes. I'll ask from Devulini, Angelika, Umanda, Dahami.
Carbon.
Very good. Answer is carbon. Okay, at the beginning, no one raised the hand, so the answer will be the element carbon. That I don't write carbon here. Answer will be B, because carbon is represented by the element B here. Please write carbon has high melting point due to the existence as lattices, because carbon exists as an homoatomic covalent lattice. Carbon exists as homoatomic covalent lattice. Carbon exists as homoatomic covalent lattice. Homoatomic covalent lattice. Right. Then next one. Shall I raise the screen? Anyone who copy now, raise the hand. Done? Okay. Then you can take a screenshot or even you can get the record. I'll erase and we'll go to the next one because the time is almost up. Part 5. Write the formula. I'll quickly finish this and stop. Formula of the compound formed between E and C. What is E here? E will be group 1 sodium. Look at the screen. E group 1 sodium. E group 1 valency 1. C will be oxygen, group 6. Group 6 valency 2, group 1 valency 1. So when you interchange the valency, E valency 1, C valency 2, when you interchange you get E2C. The real formula actually sodium oxide. The real symbols if you use, it will be sodium oxide, but don't write sodium oxide because you have to give the answer using the symbols given here. Right. Next one, of the compounds formed between F and C, what is the molar mass? F and C, actually what is F and C? F is, look at the screen. F is magnesium. Right? F is magnesium. Magnesium is F. And next one there is C. C will be oxygen. C will be oxygen. So it's magnesium oxide, it will become Fc or magnesium oxide. The molar mass, F is 24, magnesium 24 and oxygen 16. What is the total? 40. Total will be 40. So F is 24 plus C it's 16, then the total will be 40. So the answer will be 40, but if you write just 40, no marks in the exam. Why? Because molar mass has units. Molar mass has units. What is the unit of molar mass? Grams per mole. GMOL minus 1. Remember, most of the questions, oral paper, MCQ, so SEO, even structured set of questions, they don't put the real symbol. If they put the real symbol, you can get the answer easily. Sometimes they give A, B, C, D, O, X, Y, Z, O, P, Q, R, S. So my advice, you should better write the real symbol. Even here, I put what? F equal magnesium. C is oxygen. Then you get more familiar, you get more confidence when you are writing the answer. But don't write the real symbol for your answer, but it's easy to get the answer. Find out the number of molecules in G2. This is from Chemical Calculation, Chapter 7. Okay. Number of molecules of G2. What is G here? Chlorine. Chlorine, what is the, please write here, G is 35.5, because otherwise you don't know how to get the relative molecular G, right? 35.5. So what is G2? Cl2. G2 is same as Cl2, is 35.5 into 2. So this is 71. What is the molar mass? 71 grams per mole. That is 71. So how to find the number of molecules? Number of molecules, what is the equation? Moles into Avogadro constant. Any molecule, how to find the number of molecules? Moles into Avogadro constant. Look at the screen. Number of G2 molecules equal moles into Avogadro constant. Number of G2 molecules. How to find? Moles into Avogadro constant. Therefore, first you have to find the number of moles of G2. How to find the number of moles? Mass divided by molar mass. So I'll write separately how to find N here. N equal. Look at the grams. How many? Simple M divided by capital M. Simple M or capital M. So simple M 142 grams. Capital M 71. How many grams? How many moles? Grams per mole. Gram, cancel. Then you get how many moles? 2 moles. You get how many moles? 2 moles here. 2 moles. So what is the final answer? 2 moles into Avogadro constant. 2 moles into Avogadro constant. So how to find the molecules? Moles into Avogadro constant. How to find moles? Mass divided by molar mass. So first you have to convert grams to moles. After that you can write moles into Avogadro constant. First you have to do this step, and second you have to go for this. Then you get the final answer. 12.044 into 10 to the power 23. That is the final answer. 12.044 into 10 to the power 23. Don't make it 10 to the power 46, because it's 10 to the power 20, no change. 6.022 become double. So that's his number of actually G2 is Cl2, chlorine. So I'll erase the screen. Anyone still copying down? Done? Right. The next one. You can take a screenshot if you want, if you are not done yet, or you can get even the recording. Anyone? Okay, I'll lower the hand first. Anyone still copying down? Okay, so let's move on to the last one. Write the electronic configuration of the stable ion of E. E, the stable ion. Actually, what is E? My advice, separate, right? What is E here? It's sodium. So when the stable ion formed by E will be Na plus. What is the stable ion formed by sodium will never become Na2 plus or Na3 plus, because it has the second ionization energy is very high, because after forming Na plus it gets the noble gas configuration. Sodium atomic number 11. This is 281. When it become Na plus, 281 become 2,8. So what is the configuration of the, not the sodium, they are stable ion. Actually don't write here Na plus, so you better write here E plus. So it's E is sodium here, E plus 2,8 the answer. No need to write E plus, you can directly write the answer 2,8. So actually 2,8 is the, which element has the same configuration as E plus or Na plus? What is the other element? Noble gas, that is neon. Neon also has the same configuration. Actually sodium configuration, Na plus configuration is equal to the neon configuration. So we call them isoelectronic. Na plus and neon isoelectronic. Isoelectronic means having the same number of electrons or the same electronic configuration. So they are, you have to write the configuration. Which element has the that's what they ask next. Which element has the same configuration as this? Answer will be neon. which element means either you can write the symbol or the name, no problem. Some questions they ask write down the formula or the symbol. Then if you write name in word, then no marks. You can write here neon. Okay, so that is the end of chemistry question. It's almost 10:35. So we'll stop for today. And next week also, most probably Tuesday morning, we'll have the remaining questions I'll discuss next week. And remember, this is complete revision from grade 10 from the beginning, from chapter 1. And there are 2 more questions left. I think question number 3. Yeah. So the next question I'll discuss next Tuesday morning. Similar session. Yeah, question number 3. And I will post new paper next week, and you can keep it ready. I will before next Monday will post your WhatsApp group through the school principal or from your school teacher, and you can keep that ready for the next session. Grade 10 second term work we are going to revise next week. Okay, until then, stay safe and God bless you all. Have a nice day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Goodbye.